Bismillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. So inshallah, let's start lesson number 9 of book 2. All right, so we know that there are two types of plural. One is sound plural and the other is broken plural. Do you remember the difference between sound plural and broken plural?
So sound plural in which the singular
masculine and the
will
feminine
remain
both.
the same.
Okay, for example, if we say
Muslim,
Like
Muslimun,
Muslimuna.
Muslimuna. So una is the sound plural because it is on the pattern of una, and una is marfu and mansub will be ina and majroor will also be ina. So Muslimuna, Muslimina, Muslimina. What about the feminine plural, sound plural?
Ati,
Muslimatun, Muslimatin, Muslimatin. So now we can see here that the mansub form and the majroor form, which is object and after the preposition, the feminine sound plural comes with kasra. It comes with kasra, as we can see here. As-samawatu is marfu, but when we say as-samawati, it is mansub, and also majroor is as-samawati. So for the sound plural of the feminine, we need to be careful that it does not take fatha. Yani we will never find fatha over there. Whereas the regular nouns, we know that the marfu will be with dhamma or dhammatain. For example, if we say ardun, ardan, and ardin. And when we use al, it will be al-ardu, al-arda, and al-ardi. So now what we have, basically this lesson focuses on mansubat. So we have to focus on that when the noun is mansub, it can be mansub with fatha and it can be mansub with kasra. So that's why we call them i'rab. I'rab doesn't mean the i'rab that we have in Urdu. It is in Arabic like the ending, whether it is dhamma or fatha or kasra, that is called what is basically called i'rab, the ending of the noun. Now, if we see here, as-samawatu is marfu, as-samawati is mansub, and as-samawati is majroor. Whereas al-ardu is marfu, al-arda mansub, and al-ardi is majroor. Now look at the examples. خلق الله السماوات والأرض. Now, can you figure out the subject and the verb and the object in this example?
Allah is the subject.
Okay.
Khalaqa is the door. Allah is the door. Khalaqa is the verb, and as-samawati wal arda are the objects.
Objects. Now we can see here, as-samawati has kasra, but we know that it is maf'ul bihi. So it is basically mansub, but mansub with kasra. Whereas al-arda is normal as it is supposed to be. So khalaqa is the verb. Allahu, as it is called, al-lafzul jalala. So better to say lafzul jalala. And as-samawati wal-arda, these are the maf'ul bihi, two of them. So this, it will be translated as Allah created the heavens and the earth. But when we see here, inna talibati fil hafilati. Now, what is the status of the first noun and what is the status of the second noun?
So first is mansub because of inna, and the second is majroor because of fi.
Now, in this example, we can see that both of them have kasra. Talibat is the sound plural and hafilat is also the sound plural. But the first noun is majroor. Sorry, it is mansub. However, it has kasra. So inna talibati, it is ismu inna, and fil hafilati is khabaru inna. Why it is majroor? Because of fi preposition, and we know that jar majroor can be ismu inna or it can be predicate as well. Khabaru inna, I should say. So inna talibati fil hafilati, indeed the female students are in the buses. I missed R over here. So now what we need to notice here is, when we see kasra, that doesn't necessarily mean that it is always majroor. We have to focus on the noun, and if the noun is sound plural for the feminine, then when it has kasra, it can be mansub and also it can be majroor. Okay, point number 2 is when al-ya'ul mutakallimu is attached to a verb, an additional noun is noon is added, which is called noon al-wiqaya, noon of protection. Noon al-wiqayati, it should be. So noon of protection. What is that? What does it mean? When you say book, what is the Arabic of book?
كتاب
Kitab.
كتاب
Okay, when you say my book,
كتابي
kitabi. Okay.
كتابي
Okay. Rabbun,
ربي
Rabbi. Okay.
ربي.
Okay. And but here when we see qalamun qalami, and we know that ya is added to a noun, but we cannot add ya directly to a verb. And the reason is ya demands that there should be a kasra before it. However, we know that the verb is always, it is mabni. And when we say nasara, we know that the first one is always, if you remember in the lesson of the verbs, that the fa kalima and lam kalima, which is fa'ala. So nasara, they will not change, they will be mabni. So nasara will not change. And if we say nasara and we add ya, we cannot read it, because ya demands that there should be a kasra before it. So that's why a noon is inserted with kasra and it becomes nasarani, he helped me. So the rest of the 13 forms, we will not add noon, but for the 13th form, which is al-ya al-mutakallim, over there we have to insert noon al-wiqaya. So nasarani, he helped me. Okay, if we
Okay,
say,
is it only for this Bashara?
that's no, all the verbs,
Like-
yani all the verbs. For example, you say kataba, he wrote to me, kataba, ni.
ni
Okay, daraba, he hit me.
that's this
ضربني.
al-wiqaya only in those where we need objects, sir.
No, well, ya al-mutakallim. Yeah, with the verbs that need object, of course. We know that the verbs that do not need object, we cannot use the attached pronouns, because the attached pronouns are always used as object. So if the verb doesn't need object, we cannot use the attached pronoun. For example, dhahaba, we cannot say dhahabahu. It's not possible, right? So these attached pronouns will be used to the verbs that need object, and we call them al-fi'l al-muta'addi, yani transitive verb, they need object. Only the 13th form of the verb where noon al-wiqaya is added. Okay, we cannot, or we don't need to add noon al-wiqaya to the nouns, because the nouns, it's easier. For example, kitab, kitabi, qalam, qalami, jawal, jawali, and so on and so forth. But because nasara, as we see here, or daraba, or fataha, or sami'a, because they have fatha in the end, and that is mabni, we cannot change it. And ya and fatha do not come together. You know that, right? The demand of the ya is that it should have kasra before it. If you remember the rule of ba, bu, bi. So alif comes with fatha, and waw comes with dhamma, and ya comes with kasra. So that's why it is nasarani, darabani. Clear?
No.
Okay, now if you want to express wonder, like expression of wonder when you are amazed, when you see something and you are amazed. So the pattern that is used here in Arabic is the pattern of ma af'ala plus a noun, which will be halatu mansub, yani the noun in the form of nasb. So the pattern is ma af'ala plus a noun in the form of mansub. And we know that if it is ma af'ala, and after that ad-damir al-munfasil, then we can also use it with the attached pronoun. So there are two possibilities. Either we can use it with the noun, or we can use it with the attached pronoun. And we know that the pronouns are attached to everything. So look at here, for example, we say ma ajmala. We know that this is the pattern, and plus hadhihi sayyarata, this car. So when we say ma ajmala hadhihi sayyarata, it will be translated as how beautiful is this car. So it's like amazement, when you're amazed to see something. So you say ma ajmala hadhihi sayyarata. And this is a fixed pattern. We cannot change it. Yani it is mabni al-fath, everything. Yani ajmala, or whatever, for example, afqara, atiyaba, whatever the noun we have, it will be mabni al-fath. So the pattern is ma af'ala plus the noun in mansub form. Okay, now ma. How many types of ma we have learned so far?
2. Negative 1 and
Negative.
this one.
I think 3. Ma
3.
istifhamiya.
Then ma,
Ma that is
which?
used to ask a
Ma
question.
istifhamiya,
Which
ma
one?
masula.
For example, masmuka, right?
Masmuka.
Yeah, so that's one. Only just if you remember one example, that's enough. So there's ma istifhamiya, yani ma that is used to ask question. Then the second one is ma nahiya, that is used to make a sentence negative. For example, we say ذهبت إلى المسجد, and when you want to make it negative, you will say
Ma
ما
dhahabtu.
ذهبت إلى المسجد. And this
Ma
is the third
dhahabtu.
ma af'ala. This is a fixed pattern. Here ma will not be translated like anything. It's not translated. It basically, it's a fixed expression that is used to express wonder. So ma ajmala plus the noun that follows it will be mansub. And when we use the attached pronouns, we know that the attached pronouns can also be used with it. For example, you want to say ma atyabaka, how good you are. And similarly, ma afqarahu, how poor he is. If I want to say how poor she is, what will I say? Ma afqara, ma afqaraha. Excellent. Yes. Excellent. So we can use all the attached pronouns from who up to na, which is the last one. You can use all the attached pronouns depending on the audience, like the persons that you are talking about. قُتِلَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا أَكْفَرَهُ in the Quran, right? So if you look at that verse in the Quran, قُتِلَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا أَكْفَرَهُ, meaning how big his kufr or his, rejection of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or the refuse of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is. So قُتِلَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا أَكْفَرَهُ. That's one of the verses of the Quran. We have learned that the ya, that after ya the noun takes dhamma, right? For example, rajulun, but when we say ya, we will say ya rajulu. And bilalun, but when we say ya bilal, so we will say ya bilalu. So we know that normally after the noun, and there is dhamma. But when we use ya with mudaf, then mudaf changes into fatha. So when we use ya with mudaf, then mudaf changes into fatha. For example, we say Rabbul Alameen. But when we make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so we say Ya Rabbal Alameen. So after ya, then the noun changes into mansub. It takes fatha. Ya Rabbal Alameen. And similarly, we know that Abu and the mansub form of Abu is Aba, and the majroor is Abi. Abu Zaydin is in the normal form of marfu', but when you say ya, then you will say ya Aba Zaydin. After ya, we have to use the noun which is mansub. So
can you repeat this rule again, please?
Normally after ya, we use dhamma. As you can see here, are you
Yes.
able to see, like, are you following with me on the computer, on the screen?
Yes.
For example,
Yes,
rajulun means any person. But when you say ya rajulu,
yes.
then that means you are talking to a specific person who is right in front of you. So ya rajulu means that man, the person that you're talking to, pointing at that person, and it ends with dhamma, ya rajulu. Similarly, bilalun, when you talk to Bilal, you will say ya bilalu. Okay, but we know that sometimes noun is used as mudaf ilayh. For example, Rabbul Alameen, the Lord of all the universes. So Rabbul Alameen is the normal construction, but when we use ya with that, then the noun, the mudaf changes into fatha, and it becomes ya Rabbal Alameen, ya Rabbal Alameen, ya Arhamar Rahimeen, ya Rabbal Alameen. So after ya, the noun, if it is mudaf, then it will be mansub. It will be mansub. Abu is marfu'. What is the mansub of Abu?
Aba.
Aba, and the majroor is Abi. So when you are calling upon someone, you will say Ya Aba Taha, Ya Aba Zaydin, and so on and so forth. Similarly, we say Abdullah, Abdullah. But when you say
Ya
Ya,
Abdullah.
you will say Ya Abdullah, because we know that the name Abdullah is mudaf alayh. Similarly, Abdul Rahman. Normal construction is Abdul Rahman, but when you call upon someone saying Ya, then you will say Ya Abdul Rahman. And if you live in these Arabic countries, normally they call a person and they say Abdullah. They never say Abdullah. And the reason is why they say Abdullah, because Ya is mahduf. And they don't really like to use ya all the time. So when you say, for example, in the Quran, we say Rabbana, Rabbana. Many du'as in the Quran, they start with what? Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana, right? So over there, ya is mahduf. That's why you find the noun Rabbana is mansoob. Did you get it? Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Yes.
how many du'as in the Quran start with Rabbana?
Nearly 40.
I think nearly 40 du'as start in the Quran start with Rabbana. So why it's all of them start with Rabbana is because it's basically Ya Rabbana, Ya Rabbana. But because we are calling upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's very frequently we call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's why Ya is mahduf, it has been dropped. So that's why it is Rabbana.
Okay.
If we normally say, we will say Allahu Rabbuna, right? Allahu Rabbuna. Allah is our Lord. Allah is Jalala is subject and Rabbuna is predicate, and both of them are marfu'. But when we say Rabbana, it is basically Ya Rabbana. So when you making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so you will say Ya Rabbana, Ya Rabbal Alameen, Ya Arhamar Rahimeen. All right.
Yes.
Okay, we have learned that the noun kam is singular, and that the noun after kam is singular and mansoob. For example, kam ri'alin indaka, kam akhan lak. We have discussed and talked about this many times. However, if the word kam is preceded by a preposition, then the noun following it can be both mansoob or majroor. For example, become ri'alin and become ri'alin hadha. Both of them are okay. So because we have the preposition here. So after that, the noun can be mansoob and also it can be majroor. Both of them are okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, when the interrogative ma is preceded by a preposition, the alif of ma is dropped. So the alif of ma is dropped. Now in the Quran, many times we find and we read about, for example, lima, amma yatasaalun, lima taquluna ma la taf'alun, right? So here we can see here B plus ma, the combination of B plus ma is bima. With what? Bima qatalta al-hiyyata. And with what did you kill the snake? Okay. And in the Quran, we have the example of li plus ma lima taquluna ma la taf'alun. Min plus ma is mimma. Now, this is the rule of the tajweed. We know that when nun sakin and mim come together, then they get merged and then they are replaced by a tashdid. So it becomes mimma. Mimma razaqnahum yunfiqun. So this is basically from what we gave them, they spend. It's not like what we have, we spend from that. Most of the people say, oh, I've got so much money and I spent and I give sadaqah and all that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, no, it's not from you. You spend, whatever you spend is from what I gave you. Mimma razaqnahum yunfiqun. And similarly, we have an plus ma is amma from what? So amma yatasaalun. The 30th part of the Quran starts with that. So from what or about what they are asking about. So here, the alif of ma has been dropped. So we can also see here that ma is used in many different ways. Ma is used for istifham. Ma is used for negation. Ma is used for expressing wonder. And now here we have learned that there are many different ways of ma as well. Yes, sir.
Like the ma here, we said like it's Bima.
Yes.
It's only like the elongation, the alif that's been dropped. I'm seeing Mansub again, like Bima.
La,
It's still
bima,
Mansub.
bima, lima, bima. It shouldn't be
Okay,
prolonged for
not
more than a
Bima.
second. No, no, no. It shouldn't be prolonged for more than a second.
Okay.
For example, when we
So-
say mada, then we prolong it for 2 seconds. Yes?
Can we write
No.
in both ways, like especially mimma, or if we are like writing a sentence?
Mimma
So
is, I think it's in both ways in the Quran, depending on how it is used.
Yes.
However, the rest of them, most of them, alif has been dropped. And this is Rasm al-Khat al-Qurani, yani this is how it has been written in the Quran, or this is how the Arabs wrote it.
So even if you are writing like a sentence, we are using
Even
this,
in like everyday Arabic,
we have to
yes,
shorten it.
that's right. That's better to follow the proper like Fusha as we are studying and learning it. So this is the best form of what we are learning now. So this is how we find it in the Arabic books, and this is how we find it in the Quran. So our basic target is Quran, so we have to focus on that. If it is written with alif, this is how it is written in the Quran. But most of the times in Arabic, as we can see here, the alif of ma will be dropped. So it will be bima, lima, mimma. So because we have tashdid over there, so it will be nasal sound, mimma and amma. So also there will be a nasal sound. Okay, do you know remember the meaning of alladhi? I didn't write it because I'm sure you know you remember the meaning of alladhi.
The one
The
who,
one
Which?
The one who, which, yes, what, and it's used for singular masculine. So the plural of alladhi is alladhina. It's used a lot in the Quran, ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. And the plural of allati is allati, or it is also allahi. So the plural is used in two ways. Either it is used with allati or it is used with allahi, and both of them are correct. So alladhi, the plural is alladhina, and allati, the plural is allati. We know that alladhi is used for masculine, and similarly alladhina is also used for masculine, whereas allati is used for feminine singular, and allati is used for plural. But in the Quran, every time we read, we find ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. So did you notice like why it's always ya ayyuhalladhina? Sometimes it's ya
Sir,
ayyuhannasu.
when mukhatib is male and female, we will use the muzakkar siga.
Excellent. When the mukhatab is, yes.
Irrespective of the number, sir.
Yes. So basically, we discussed before this, like earlier, like this is just the rule of the Arabic language, because when we have like, even if we have 99 ladies and 1 male, still we will call them as male. So we will say rijalan. And this is how it is used in the Quran. So when we say ya ayyuhalladhina, it includes all yani ladies and gents. All human race is included into that. And I believe this is to clear the confusion as well. Otherwise, it has to be ya ayyuhalladhina wa allati. So since it includes both, that's why it is used as ya ayyuhalladhina, and it includes both masculine and feminine. All right. Why do we use the hamza for? We know that the particle, which is hamza, changes a statement into a question. For example, if the noun following it has al, then hamza changes into a. For example, we say kitabuka, your book, and I want to make it a question. I will say ahada kitabuka, is this your book, right? So I will only use ahada kitabuka. But after if we have hamzatul wasl, then what happens? Because now we have and we have hamzatul wasl. Basically, we have two hamzas, and they get merged and they change into one hamza, and it changes into mad, and it becomes so al-mudarrisu qala lak. So al-mudarrisu qala lak, the teacher said to you. But when you say, or the teacher told you, so when you say al-mudarrisu qala lak, so it will be translated as, did the teacher tell you?
Al.
Yes.
Al-ana. Al-ana.
Al-ana, excellent. Allahu, yes, Irfan.
Al-an.
Yes. So it was basically Hamza, and then there was the next was Hamza al-Wasl. So both of them got merged into one, and it changed into.
Okay.
And the last point is at-tulab al-jududu al-khamsatu, the 5 new students. So here the number is used as an adjective. So at-tulab al-jududu is the noun, and al-khamsatu is the adjective. So this is also one of the ways of writing numbers in Arabic language. Like there are many different ways of writing numbers. So this is also one of the ways, whereas the first one is used as noun and the last one is used as adjective.
So can you repeat this point, please?
At-tulab
Yes,
al-jududu will be noun and al-khamsatu will be adjective.
Like
when you want to say,
al-jududu is already adjective.
sorry, the
Al-jududu,
at-tulabu is the noun and al-jududu al-khamsatu, or at-tulab al-jududu al-khamsatu. Basically, al-khamsatu is used as adjective. We can also, because we want to say the 5 new students. So new is also adjective and khamsatu is also used as adjective. Whereas at-tulabu is the noun.
okay, so we can have like more than one adjective
Adjectives?
for a particular noun.
Yes,
And just like in English, and they will have the same
For example, we
Arab,
say
and we will not consider like changing the gender or anything.
For example, we say
like we did.
sayyaratun jadidatun sariyatun. The new car is fast, right? So we have used the adjective jadidatun, and we have used sariyatun as fast as well. So similarly, one noun can have more than 2 adjectives. That's possible.
Okay.
So at-tulab al-jududu al-khamsatu. So look at the translation, please. The 5 new students. So if we want to say the 5 new students, we will say at-tulab al-jududu al-khamsatu. So here the number is used as an adjective, and so it comes after the madud. That's the reason why it has come after the madud, yani after the one that is being counted. Lots of information.
But normally
it's
supposed to.
Yeah, it's a different expression, yani, as we are discussing. As I said, there are many ways of writing numbers in Arabic. So this is also one of the ways of writing numbers, where you want to use the 5 new students.
Okay.
So the gender is still opposite.
It is
but
opposite.
In other things,
from 1 to 10, it will be
yes. But in rest of the Arab, it will follow just like the sifa follows.
If it's the feminine, so we will say at-talibatu al-jududu al-khamsu.
Right.
Yeah, so it will be opposite in gender, of course.
Can if it's like 15 new students, so we will say like al-khamsatu al-ashara.
No, you see, khamsatu ashara, we know that there will be no dhamma and there will be no al, because we know that they are mabni al-fath. So khamsa ashara or khamsat ashara, if you remember that.
Yes, yes. But if you're using it in this format, like using it as an adjective.
So you want to say the first 15 male students?
The 15 new students, yes.
15 new students, right?
Yes.
So 15, what will be the Arabic of 15?
Khamsat ashara.
Khamsat ashara. Okay, Taliban.
Yes.
Taliban.
Khamsat ashara Taliban will be 15 students.
Okay, and then we will say, you want to say the first 15 students, right?
The 15 new students. I mean, if we want to say instead of 5 in this sentence, the 5 new students. If you want to say 15
new students, Taliban jadidan, because tamyiz is Taliban, and then the adjective will follow the tamyiz, and it will be khamsat ashara Taliban jadidan.
Okay, but we cannot say in this format, like saying it as a sifa.
This is from 3 to 10.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so the rest you will follow the tamyiz and then the noun will follow that. For example, you say 15 new female students, 𝐓𝐡 طالبة جديدة.
Okay.
So that will follow that pattern
Okay.
that we have over there.
Jazakallah khair.
Yeah.
Because it's above 10.
It's what?
Because it's above 10, that's why we're following that pattern.
Because it's in the book.
No, I said because it's above 10, that's why we're following that pattern.
Above 10.
Above 10, yes. No,
Above-
it's not above 10. Yeah, here this pattern is used from 3 to 10. And above 10, the pattern is different. If you remember, the pattern for 11 is different, 12 is different, and then from 11 to 19, the pattern is different. So please refer back to the patterns that we have discussed earlier and try to practice them, because the numbers are really a little bit tricky in Arabic language. And if you master the numbers that you have learned earlier, then the new numbers will be easier for you to understand and memorize. Otherwise, it will all get mixed up. Okay, so shall we get a bit of taste of the lesson? I think we have like 15 minutes.
Yes, inshallah.
Yes. Otherwise, whatever we have learned will disappear till tomorrow, you know. So
Because no class
that's what.
tomorrow, it will be.
So I think on the weekend you can like do it by yourselves, maybe most of the lesson and most of the exercises. Let's try to do as much as we can do today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, الدرس التاسع, lesson number 9. دخل المدرس الفصل. The teacher entered the classroom. So we know دخل is the verb, المدرس is the subject, and الفصل is the object. And if you remember, we discussed that when we use dakhala, then there is no need to use fi after that. Like in English, we say, I entered the classroom. There is no need to say, I entered into the classroom. Similarly, in Arabic, it's the same. دخل المدرس والفصل. The teacher entered the classroom. ووجد. Do you remember the meaning of wajada?
And
Find. Found.
He found. And what about wow here? Wa.
And
And harfi atf,
And.
which is used.
that's
Yeah, which is linking, we can say linking harf, or which is used to link two nouns or two sentences or two ideas. وَوَجَدَ, and he found فيه, in it, 15 طالبا فقط. So he found only 15 male students inside it. فقال لهم, and he said to them. So you can see here that the verb قال takes the preposition of لا. So فقال لهم, he said to them, أين الطلاب الجدد الخمسة. So as you can see here, where are the new, where are the first, or where are the 5 new students? الذين, the one who جاءوا, came, أمسي, yesterday. So فقال لهم, and he said to them, أين الطلاب الجدد الخمسة الذين جاءوا أمسي. So where are the 5 new students who came yesterday? الذين is the plural of الذي. جاءوا is the past of جاء. جاء, جاء, جاءوا. أمسي is, it means yesterday, and it is مبني على الكسرة. Yani it will always remain as أمسي, it will not change. So
but
please write
in
it.
fact, it's
Yeah, so it's مبني على الكسرة. It means yesterday. قال عبد الله, Abdullah said. So here, why it's Abdullahi? Why not Abdullahi?
because no yeah is present.
Because قال is the subject. Oh, sorry, Abdullah is the subject, right?
Abdullah
قال
is
is verb and Abdullah is the subject. حضروا اليوم وخرجوا قبل قليل. They attended, or they came today and they left a while ago. قبل قليل, a while ago. حضر is the past, and then the past, the third form will be حضر, حضر, حضروا. They attended اليوم today. وخرجوا, you know this verb, قبل قليل, a while ago. أظن, I think, I assume. أنهم. Why it's أنهم? Why not إنهم?
Because it's not in the start.
It's not in the beginning
Start
of the
sentence.
sentence. So it, annahum comes in the middle of the sentence. It means that they, and it is also used for emphasis. ذهبوا went إلى المدير to the manager. أظن أنهم ذهبوا إلى المدير. I think they went, indeed they went to the manager. Okay, رجع الطلاب الخمسة بعد قليل. So the 5 students returned after a while. فقال لهم المدرس. As you can see here, فقال لهم, and then we have to connect meme with al. So لهم المدرس. The teacher said to them, إلى المدير ذهبتم يا أبنائي. Did you go to the manager, oh my sons? So here we can see here, after we have kasra. So it will not change into we cannot change it because this one has fatha and this one has kasra. So only hamzatul wasl that comes after that will be changed into we cannot change all hamzas into by ourselves. No, we have to see that what comes after that. So if after that the noun has al, and we know that for al the hamza is hamzatul wasl, that's why we will change it to إلى المدير ذهبتم يا أبنائي. Did you go to the manager, oh my sons? قالوا, they said. Okay. نعم, yes. ذهبنا إليه. So we went to him. لأننا ما وجدنا أسماءنا في القائمة. لأننا, because we ما وجدنا didn't find أسماءنا, our names في القائمة, in the list. So ذهبنا إليه لأننا ما وجدنا أسماءنا في القائمة. We went to him because we did not find our names in the list. قائمة is used for list. Also it is used for the menu. قائمة الطعام, that is the menu of the food that we find it in the restaurants. جلس المدرس وقال, the teacher said, and he said, أقرأتم درس الأمس يا أبنائي. Did you read yesterday's lesson, oh my sons? So ams can also come with al as well. Why it has come with al here? Because it has been mentioned earlier. So we know that a noun, when it is mentioned earlier and when we mention it for the second time, it comes with al. Right? I wrote with a pen. The pen is blue. The same as we have in English. When you talk about a pen for the first time, you will say, I wrote with a pen. I wrote with a pen. But when you talk about the same noun for the second time, you will say, the pen is blue. And similarly, here, al-amsi has al because the teacher talked about al-amsi before, and now he's talking about it again. So that's why it has taken al. This is not the case with all the pronouns, by the way, but ams is a dharf. It's a pronoun. It's a adverb of time. So it can come in both ways. It can come with al and it can come without al as well.
So here, sir, it is not as madaf like dars al-amsi, the lesson of
Yesterday's lesson. That's right. Yes. Also, it's also it has al because of being madaf ilayh.
Okay.
So it can be dars amsi is also okay, but if it's mentioned for the first time. But when you mention it for the second time, you can say dars al-amsi because we mentioned it for the second time. And if you want to specify it, then also we will add al to it because we know most of the times mudaf alayh comes with al. Not always, but it can also come with al as well.
Okay.
قال الطلاب, the students said, نعم, yes. قرأناه وكتبناه وحفظناه. Okay, who here refers to what?
Ad-dars.
To the lesson. Okay, that's number one. Number two, who? Should I read it with dhamma or should I read it with prolonged dhamma or reverted dhamma? Shall I read it qara'nahu or qara'nahu?
قرأناه.
Yani only dhamma. Because the rule is if we have alif before it, we will not prolong it. We will only prolong it
Yeah.
when we have fatha or dhamma right before it. For example, lahu, lahu, we will prolong it. But when we have sakin before it, or when we have alif before it, then we will not prolong it. Naam, qara'nahu wa katabnahu wa hafidhnahu. Yes, we read it, we wrote it, and we memorized it. قال المدرس, the teacher said, أفهمتموه? Did you understand it? Why it is فهمتموه? It was basically
To maintain the
فهمتم.
flow.
Yeah, it was basically
Yes.
فهمتم.
Plural.
And we know that when we connect tum meme sakin with
We do
something,
we need waw.
we add dhamma. And when we connect it to the attached pronoun, then we have to add waw as well. So it has become, it was basically afahimtum. But we have connected it to the attached pronoun. That's why we had to add alif as well, and it became afahimtumuhu. Now, basically, this lesson is a practice of everything that we have learned earlier. So if you have learned like all the lessons in a very good manner, inshallah, then it shouldn't be a problem for you. Qalu, they said na'am, yes. Fahimnahu jayidan, we understood it very well. Ma ashala hadha darsa. How easy this lesson is. Now you see here, ashala, ma ashala, and after that we have hadha darsa. Why is hadha darsa mansoob?
Because you told this.
Because it is a fixed expression that ma af'ala plus the noun that follows it will be mansoob. So ma
So what?
as'ala.
Sorry. What is the position like? What will we say? Is it a like a verbal sentence? Or sorry, a nominal sentence?
It is basically nominal sentence, yes.
So
Hadha darsa, we can either we can take hadha darsa as subject and ma ashala as predicate, as some grammarians say, and some of them they say that ma itself can be used as subject, but here it is not only ma ashala is a fixed expression here. So ma ashala can be subject and hadha darsa will be predicate.
So we cannot like apply the general rules of subject and predicate, but we'll say that since it's a
fixed expression.
It's a fixed expression, so we'll say it.
For example, we say how beautiful this car is. So even over there, we don't really need to implement any grammatical rule. It's like we're human beings and the language is very spontaneous. So sometimes we can just use it without applying the rules of the grammar. So ma ashala hadha darsa, how easy this lesson is. Is it true?
No.
For you, it's true, sir.
قال عبد الرحمن. عبد الرحمن said, أنا ما فهمت فيه ثلاث كلمات. I did not understand 3 words inside it or in it. So you know this ana is the subject and ما فهمت فيه ثلاث كلمات is the predicate. ما فهمت فيه ثلاث كلمات is a complete sentence, and the complete sentence can be predicate. And you know ma is used for negative. فهمت is the past of I did not understand. فيه جار مجرور ثلاث كلمات, 3 words. قال المدرس, the teacher said, ما هي? What are these? Here refers to the kalimat.
Kalimat.
قال عبد الرحمن said, قرأنا في الدرس هذه الجملة. We have learned or we have studied this sentence in the lesson. عاد, on the wazn of, on the pattern of قال. You have memorized the past of قال, right?
Yes, qala.
Okay, so عاد جدي من الخرطوم. My uncle returned from خرطوم. فما معنى هذه الكلمات الثلاث? So what's the meaning of these 3 words? ما معنى, what's the meaning? هذه الكلمات الثلاث of these 3 words. قال المدرس, the teacher said, عاد معناها. Okay, now here, why it's alif? You need to go back and check lesson number
Sir,
7. And lesson number 7, I told you
Ya
that
maksura,
alif maqsura, it's alif maqsura mana.
alif maksura.
When we connect it with the attached pronoun, it changes into normal alif.
Normal alif, sir.
So it has changed. Mana, here it is mana. هذه الكلمات, so there is no need to change it into alif because we have, there is no attached pronoun, but when we attach it to a pronoun, then we will say معناها رجع. It means he returned. والجد and جد معناها, it means أبو الأبي أو أبو الأمي, the father of the father or the father of the mother, yani grandfather. والخرطوم and خرطوم عاصمة السوداني is the capital of Sudan. أفهمت? Did you get it? Did you understand? قال عبد الرحمن الآن فهمت. Now I understood it.
Enough, sir. Ji.
That's why I stopped here. Because so did you find anything in this lesson which is not clear so far?
Just change قال عبد الرحمن أنا ما فهمت فيه 23 كلمات.
Okay, so 27. All right,
23 sir, 23.
so 23. Okay, yes, 23. Because we haven't studied from 20 plus, so it should be 23. Okay, so any questions here?
No sir.
هل
الآن
هذا
فهمت.
هل هذا الدرس سهل أم صعب؟
هذا الدرس صعب.
ما أسهل الدرس.
ما أسهل. There is a very big
أسهل هذا الدرس.
there is a very big debate about it, and basically this is the one of the expressions. Just because of this expression, the whole nahv has been derived, and the whole nahv has been built only because of this expression. Because the father was a grammarian and the daughter said ما أجمل هذه السماء. She said she wanted to say how beautiful these skies are. And the father said, this is ma ashal hadhihi samaa. And from that, the whole thing started. So, Abdurrahman, Irfan, be careful, please. Ma ashal hadha darsa.
Okay, sir.
So, is it so easy?
ما أسهل هذا الدرس.
Okay.
Easy, sir, inshallah.
أفهمتموه?
نعم فهمنا.
فهمنا.
فهمناه. Don't forget to, because you want to say, we understood it. So it will be translated as who. نعم فهمناه جيدا.
If we say who, then he will ask who refer to another question.
Yes, because we're talking about the lesson, the dars. So inshallah, I hope that you will, you have 3 days off now. I will send you the handouts as well, inshallah. And please go through these handouts, try to complete this lesson by yourselves. And inshallah, when we come back on Sunday, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we will try to complete it. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم. جزاك الله خير.
وإياكم.